What's up, everybody? This is Ramon Torres, the educator at School Your Brain, and today we're going to look at making your very own Bitmoji Escape Room. These are the tools that I ended up using to create my escape room. I use Pixabay for my images, I use Google Sites to place my escape room, and I use Google Slides to create the escape room, and I use Google Forms for students to be able to enter their lot codes. Your Bitmoji Escape Room is going to come down to creativity. The purpose of this video is to hopefully get you started on how to create what I have so far. So I'm not going to tell you, which questions to use or what pictures to use. I just want to show you pretty much how you can link elements together and how students can progress by using the lot codes in Google Forms. So I want to pretty much show you the template that I used, and then if there's any questions you still have after this video, you can leave those in the comments, and I'll see if I can make another video to kind of answer those little things that I may not have gotten too in depth with. One place you can start with is your Bitmoji Classroom. So this is in Google Slides. So if you don't have a Google account, make sure you set up your Google account, and then you can go to Google Slides. If you don't know how to make a Bitmoji Classroom like I have right here, you can watch my how-to video on that. I'll put a link for that in the description below. So I started with a brand new Google slide. Now we're going to look for some images, and there's two ways you can do that. If you go over here to the insert button, you can hit insert, image, and you could go search the web. Of course, you could also upload some from your computer if you already have some saved. But I'm going to go to search the web, and in here you could type up any image. So you could put down, for example, classroom if you don't have your own Bitmoji Classroom already. And you could just click and hold on it and drag, and then you could put your image there and resize it, and boom, I have my first image. Another thing that I've used is over here. So if you go, and I'll put these links in the description, this is pixabay.com. You can get a lot of good images here. These are free, royalty free. So if I click here on photos, and if I type in classroom, you go to classroom, you can see you get a lot of different images too, and they have a lot of high quality images here. So I tend to use this a lot more often, but I kind of go in between this one and the insert feature in Google Slides, depending on what I'm looking for. So for example, you can see this image, math blackboard. That looks pretty good. And here's one way you would do it. You would hit free download, and in the free account you could download up to this size for free. If you go to the next size, it's going to ask for you to sign up, but for here I'm going to leave it there. I'll hit download. I'm not a robot. Download, and you'll see over here in the lower left hand corner that the pop-up box comes up that it was downloaded. Now here you're going to go back to the presentation. Let me just delete this picture and watch this. This is pretty cool. I learned this feature the other day. That little folder that popped up on the bottom that says you downloaded, you click on it, you hold it, you drag it into the Google slide, let go, and boom, it automatically puts it in there. So you don't have to go and search for that file like where it's saved to. It'll be there already. So I'm just going to go with this for now. If you recall, in my Bitmoji Classroom over here, I started off with this page, and I was able to click on the library pass, and if I did that, it will take me to this page. So I'm going to show you now how to link one page to another. First thing you want to do is you're going to take a text box, and you're going to highlight the whole page. So we're going to highlight the whole page. I'm going to click off of that so that I'm not selecting in the text box anymore. And then I'm going to right click again, and then I'm going to go to link. And I only have one slide so far, but I'm going to link this. So if I go over here, I'm going to link this to slide 1, which is itself, and then I'm going to hit apply. And let me just create a new slide so you can see the reasoning for that. So if I right click over here and I put new slide, it's going to have a new blank slide. Now let me go back to my first slide. I'm going to hit present, and look, if I click, it will not go to the next slide, and that's what you want. So when kids are on the Bitmoji Escape Room, they're not going to be able to progress by just clicking on the slides, because otherwise that's what's going to happen. You click and it's going to keep going to the next slide. Next thing is going to be to insert a text box. So whatever you want them to click on, that is going to be an element that you want it to link to another page. You want to make sure that you put a text box on that. Or you could even do this. Like for example, if it's the shape you want them to click on is circular, you could pick a shape like this to match it better. So I picked a circle here. Let's say I wanted them to click on this smiley face right here. So you see the circle will fit that shape much better. So I'm just going to position it there, and you can readjust it as needed. And now I'm going to go back up here to the menu. So if you put a shape and you don't want those colors in there, you go right here to the paint bucket. We're going to put transparent. That'll get rid of that. And you can still see the outline. So now I'm gonna click on the border color, transparent, and you can see now it is transparent altogether now. And now if I were to right click where I put that text box, so notice I'm not selecting it right now, but if I right click, I can go to link again, and that's gonna link to slide number 2. So I want it to go to slide 2. So that's all you have to do is, if you want it to link to a specific page, you just right click on that, whatever you want it to be a link, and then you go to where you want to link to. Now I hit apply, and boom, now it's going to go to slide 2 when I do that. So let me test it out. So I'm going to go back to present mode, and you can see, look, anywhere I click, nothing happens. As soon as I go to this, and the reason why, another reason why I like to put that text box over the whole thing, besides them progressing to the next slide, is you can see that everything looks like it's clickable. So they can't just like move the cursor around and let it see it change from a pointy arrow to a hand. But now look, if I go here, look what happens. I click on it, boom, it takes me to slide number 2. And this is going to be a feature you're going to use a lot. So whatever you want to link to a new page, that's all you have to do. Now what I want to do is I'm going to put this onto the Google website to see what it looks like so far. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over here to the menu, hit file. We're going to go down to where it says publish to the web. You're going to click on embed, and then we are going to click on publish, and then it says, are you sure you want to publish this? So I hit OK, and then I'm going to copy this code, so hit copy, and now we're going to go over to the Google Sites. And to do your Google site, you're going to go to your menu over here. So if you go to a Google, you go to your menu, you click on Google Apps, then you're going to go down to where it says Sites, and then you're going to go to where it says Create. And actually, before I hit that, let's go down to here. It just says New Google Sites. Then I'm going to start a blank one, so hit blank. And then now we're going to go down to this white area here, and I'm going to double click, and then you're going to see this embed right here. So I'm going to go to embed, and then I'm going to click on the tab embed code, right click, paste, next, and then I'm just going to hit here insert, and you see we have the Bitmoji Escape Room is going to be in here. So now I'm just going to open this up so it fits a little bit better. So open it up more, then I'm going to open this up down this way, and I'm going to preview it. So if you go up here, you can go to preview to see what it looks like so far. So let me just scroll down, and so you can see, look at our player. You see how our player has the play button. So if you leave it like this, your students will be able to just go through the slides like this, or they can hit next. So in order to prevent that, we're going to type in some code here, and don't worry, it's not too complicated. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the image, and you're going to go up here to where it says edit, and we're going to type in some information here. And you're going to go over here where you see this time here, it says false delay MS3000. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to type in and, that's above the 7 key, so shift 7. So you hit the and, then you put RM equals, and then you put MINIMAL, so minimal. Then I hit next, save, and then let me go up here again and hit preview. Let's see how it looks now. So you can see, look at our play button and the slides controller, all that stuff is gone. And if you click here, you can see I don't progress, I don't go anywhere, it doesn't keep going. And if I click on this smiley face, you can see it does go to slide 2 as I wanted. Now I need to put in a button that is going to allow me to go backwards. So I want to go back to that first slide, and we're going to work on that now. So let's leave that there, and now we're going to end up going back to Google Slides. Let's close on this tab, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my second slide. I'm going to delete these text boxes because I don't need those. Then I'm going to go to a text button, so text box button, and we're going to put the button here, and then we're going to put down go back to slide 1. And of course you're going to put whatever information you want to put on yours. Like in my original escape room, if you look here, when they were in the library, it says go back to class, so you can change it to say whatever you want. So I'm just going to put this in bold, and if you want to center it, you go up here to this menu button, you go to center, and you can hit this one, that's going to center it also. So what you're going to do is, you see, like when I hover and you see how it changes to these crosses, I'm going to right click here. I'm going to go to link. Then I want to go back to the first slide. So first slide, apply, and that's it. So let's present mode. I'm going to go back to present mode just to check out how my work so far. So I see if I click here, it does go back to slide 1. If I click here, it takes me to this slide. So now we have those two slides linked up together. Let me hit the escape key to get out of this. And now one thing I want to do, let me go to slide 2. I want to put a border around this. So you can see if you click on it, we have the text box highlighted. Then I'm going to go up to the fill color, and you could fill it with a different color if you want. Let's say I put like yellow, and the border, you go to the pencil tool for the border color, and let's say I'm going to put black. And then I'm also going to change the weight of the border so that you could put it higher, so that way it makes the thickness a little thicker, the lines, and that way it makes it more obvious that that's a button to go back to the original slide. Now let me just point out that if you go to the Google Sites and you go up here to preview, any changes you make will be updated on this site. So you can see, look, if I click here, it takes me to the second page, and look at the button we added is already here. So that's the cool thing about it, that if you want to keep making your escape rooms more and more complicated every single year, or as the year progresses, you can make them very, very complicated. So by the end of the school year, you'll have like a really elaborate escape room. Now on this slide, we're going to end up just putting a question here. So I'm just going to put a text box. I'm just going to put down, what is 2 plus 2? That's going to be the question that I want students to answer. And if, remember, in my first escape room that I created, so if you look here, if I go to library pass, then I click on the book number 13, it takes me to this. So basically you can add an image, so you could do it based on whatever your theme is. The same way I showed you before how to add an image, you're gonna do the same thing, and then just put your question wherever you want it. But for this video, we're gonna stop at this point because I'm only limited to 15 minutes, so I'm not gonna have enough time to explain how to set up your Google form. So I'll do that in the next video, and I'll link it to this so you have that. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, so that way as soon as I upload it, you'll have access to that video once it's available. So we'll stop here, and the next video I'm going to show you how to create your Google Forms so that they could take the answer like for like a question like this, and then you're going to be able to submit it, and that way it's going to give them directions as to what they're going to do next in the escape room. My name is Ramon Torres, the educator at School Your Brain. I hope you liked this video so far. If you do, just give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment as you make your progress, so that way we can see if you want to share your Bitmoji classroom, your Bitmoji escape room. We can see what it looks like. And if you have ideas I haven't thought of, let me know, because I'm always looking to improve my skills as well. Alright, until next time, I'll see you later.